You make me feel like dancing. I feel like dancing, dancing, dancing that away. No. How you doing, sweetie? I'm doing great. I'm thinking about starting a show with a video. Which one? Andi Eya. Where is? Remember when you're a little kid, you go, where is Thumbkin? Where is Thumbkin? Here I am. Yeah. Andi Eya. Where is? Oma Binin. Here I am. Oma Binin. Oma Binin. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run and hide. Only we sing, Anin Eji Ayan. How are you? Anin Eji Ayan. Nimi no Ayami Gwech. I am good. Thank you. But to do this justice. Hey, Gwen's here. BOOZHOO, Gwen. Hey, BOOZHOO, Gwen. Gwen gets a gold star, sweetie. Gold star for Gwen. Check this out, Gwen. It's a little video. Andi Eya. Where is Oma Binin? Here I am. Anin Eji Eyayan. How are you? Namino Eya. Miigwech. I'm good, thank you. And this song is brought to you today by an English Ojiberish, an English Ojibwe coloring book by Lyons. Click in the link to get yours. All right. So lights, camera, action.
Andi Eya Nanaboozhoo, Andi Eya Nanaboozhoo.
Oma Binin, Oma Binin.
Anin Eji Eyayan.
Mimi no Eya Miigwech.
Gigawaba min, minawa. Andi Eya Anamosh, Andi Eya Anamosh.
Oma Binin, Oma Binin.
Anin Eji Eyayan.
Mimi no Eya Miigwech.
Gigawaba min, minawa. Andi Eya Benjamin, Andi Eya Benjamin.
Oma Binin, Oma Binin.
Anin Eji Eyayan.
Mimi no Eya Miigwech.
Gigawaba min, minawa. Andi Eya Michael, Andi Eya Michael.
Oma Binin, Oma Binin.
Anin Eji Eyaya.
Mimi no Eya Miigwech.
Gigawaba min, minawa.
Nimi no Eya Miigwech. All right, stage lights off. Shut that off. Shut that off. And BOOZHOO. That's a cool video, huh? Yeah, that was fun. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the early morning breakfast club. Don't you forget about me. Nah. Over here, we've got the lovely and the talented Natasha. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Weenie Mushane. Say hello, sweetheart. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hello. And over here, we've got Michael Lyons, the rock star cartoonist. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Niji. Say hello, brother. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. And Michael's got books for sale on Amazon.com. OJIBERISH. It's got a whole bunch of cartoons that teach Ojibwe language. He's got that coloring book. An English Ojibwe coloring book. He's even working on a coloring book, which, I don't know, we shouldn't even be talking about because who knows if he'll finish it. I'll finish it sooner or later. But he started a coloring book with me and Natasha, which we'll see if it gets done by Christmas. Until then, this has got Ojibwe language and a bunch of animals. And what else do you got going on here? Do you have the little cutie or dog and Mingan? Oh, I got dog and Mingan. And dog and Mingan counts to 10 in Ojibwe. This is by Michael Lyons too. All this and so much more. Nah. It's available at Amazon.com. Click the link in the description. And that's all the time we have for today. No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine, sweetie?
We should just spend the whole hour just selling books.
Yeah. Hey, Papa Wagosh is here. Bonjour, Papa Wagosh. The silver fox is here, sweetie.
Hey, Papa Wagosh. Should I give him a silver star for the silver fox?
Yeah, you got it. Bonjour, Papa Wagosh. You're second in line. You get the silver star today. And Zagate Hoa. Zagate is here, sweetie.
Bonjour, Zagate.
And bonjour. And Hoa Brandy Marie is here. She says, sorry I'm late. I think we went on early today, actually, Brandy. You know, Indian time, always early. Always learning is always early, too. Always learning serious, too, sweetie.
Hey, bonjour, I was learning.
What's going on? Everybody's kind of filing in. Okay, everybody, settle down, settle down. Today, I'm going to like to read the morning announcements before we get started, just like in school. Lunch today will be tater tot hot dish and side of the COVID vaccination. Don't forget to wear your hazmat suit. Take your inoculations. The school district will be mandating social distancing and general paranoia as a basic school policy. Let's show some school spirit. Everyone be afraid. See, a school shooting is scheduled for Friday at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock? School's out by then. Oh, sorry. We'll have to move that up till 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock Friday will be a school shooting. So bring your cell phone cameras. Because oddly, like every school shooting, there won't be any footage from the school cameras. I don't know. Why is it there's never any camera footage from these school shootings? It's all going to be someone's cell phone or... Well, I guess half the reasons teachers don't want to have a camera in their class. And they're indoctrinating the kids. When they're teaching the kids critical race theory, like, oh, I better not let the teachers see, the parents see what I'm saying in here. I'm telling all their kids that their parents are racists. But Brandy Marie's cracking up. I love it. That's right. Anyway, and later on, a pep rally. President Joe Biden will be coming through town. Make sure you grab your stones and tomatoes. Yeah. I don't know, sweetie. What do you think about all this stuff that's going on?
You know, I've been trying not to pay attention, and I just can't escape it.
I know. It's the only thing anybody wants to talk about. I can't even think of like a TV show or something I could watch. All I do is watch these videos on the vaccinations and lockdowns and mandated this and that. And you're going, what? Turns out Canada is going nuts too.
Yeah, Yeah, I saw that guy. What's his name?
Trudeau. Blackface Trudeau.
Yeah,
He loves to go in blackface.
I know. He's a total racist.
Yep. Racist and a homophobe. That's like the worst thing you could call him. He's so sensitive about that stuff. He wants to be so woke. Trudeau. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you the cartoonist for Doonesbury? No, that's somebody else. Oh. Well, then I'm less impressed. Yeah, wasn't Gary Trudeau the artist for the Doonesbury?
Yeah, but the Prime Minister is Justin Trudeau.
Oh yeah, Justin Trudeau. Just in case you get confused, that's not the cartoonist for Doonesbury. This is the snowflake for Canada. He dresses in blackface and wears fake eyebrows. Not a conspiracy theory. There's a video of his eyebrow falling off. How vain can you be? But he came out saying, okay, screw your freedoms. He's taken the lead from Arnold Schwarzenegger. Screw your freedoms. Get the vaccination. I'll be back. Yeah. You cheated on your wife with your maid. I don't take orders from a cheater. Sorry, Arnold, that's all you're known for now. You cheated on your skeleton wife with a maid and then pretended like she wasn't pregnant with your child and ignored your baby until it came out. You're kind of a scumbag, Arnold. That's what I think in the final analysis. I think I'm making a call.
What's that?
Arnold Schwarzenegger's, 30-year run of being in the zone, of succeeding at everything. It's over. He's not a hero of mine anymore.
Was Arnold Schwarzenegger your hero?
Well, I like to work out.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah. Well, I really enjoy movies.
No, you don't like movies either.
Oh. I appreciate the children of Nazis.
No.
So what is it I like about Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Kindergarten Cop?
Nope, never saw it. Yeah. The heck with him. Today's daily cancellation, Arnold Schwarzenegger. We never really cared that much. And you don't speak very well. And you cheated on your wife. Yeah. You probably have an STD, a sexually transmitted disease. That's your legacy. Herpes. Do you think I could fight Arnold Schwarzenegger now?
Well, he's an old man now. I think you could probably give him a run for his money.
Yeah. I'd like to take on the Terminator in a fair fight. Stallone would just waste Arnold Schwarzenegger now.
Yeah, there's no chance.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone stayed in shape. Arnold Schwarzenegger grew those man boobs. What are those called?
Man boobs? I don't know.
He's got those flabby man boobs, like when you used to have muscles, but then you got fat. And it just turned into like double D's. Arnold Schwarzenegger has double D's, bosoms. The Terminator. You're the bosomator. I don't know. Okay. Papa Wagosh says, hasta la vista, baby. Yeah, hasta la vista. Look, try to learn English before you take on Spanish, all right? He doesn't even speak his own language, Hungarian. And it is true, his dad was a Nazi.
Yeah, I saw that.
And his last name sounds like a racial slur. Schwarzenegger. What'd you say? No, I'm talking about Governor Schwarzenegger. How come you can't say that word?
I don't know. It's a hate word.
How does a word be a hate word? I'm 54 years old, and I still feel that little devil on my shoulder saying, just say it, man. It's like, no, I can't. It's against the rules. Rules. Whose rules? White people's? They're the only people who don't use the word, the N-word. But you can't even use the N-word to say you shouldn't use the N-word. Like, I couldn't come out here and say, kids, on this Friday, oh, word of the day, by the way. Nanogisha good. It's the 5th day, sweetie. It's Friday. Yep. Happy Nanogisha good, everybody. We're talking about political correctness. And this racist Arnold Schwarzenegger nigger. And the kind of stuff he says while he's cheating on his wife and growing man boobs. How come you can't say the N-word? You can't even say the N-word while you're talking about why you shouldn't say the N-word. You know? I think people will get mad if I go, there's one word that you can never say, kids, because this is so hateful, so, hurtful to the people, to the African Americans, the descendants of slaves. Do you understand what it must feel like to be a descendant of a slave? And then to hear you say a word that a slave owner might have said? I hear. But they've just loaded that word, That's how they control your mind. It starts with that word, and pretty soon you can't say the word. The opposite of safe and effective. You don't get to say the N-word. You can't say something's not safe and effective. I mean, so far, states are still okay. But in Australia, the men in suits are coming to your house. You'll be considered a domestic terrorist if you have the wrong ideas. Oh, that guy's a domestic terrorist. He's telling parents not to inoculate their babies with an unknown thing. I don't even want to call it medicine. I don't even know if it's medicine. To treat a disease their kids don't have. You're a domestic terrorist. We're gonna put you in jail for terrorism for your dangerous thoughts and for saying that word. Vote for Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was a good governor. It took a lot of courage to try to govern California while wearing a bra. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You're gonna get in trouble.
What? I think the Ojibwe word for African American is much more offensive than the N word.
Muckaday-weos?
Yeah. Any Ojibwe speakers out there? Ever peruse the the concise Minnesota dictionary of Ojibwe language? Earl Nyholm, it's like the famous concise Ojibwe dictionary from northern Minnesota. And you look up there, you go, oh, what do they call African Americans? And you look and you go, oh, Muckaday-weos. And you got to look up, oh, what's Muckaday mean? Oh, that means black. Oh, that makes sense. What does weos mean? Oh, it means meat. That's pretty rude. Hey, here comes some black meat. What? Where's the white meat? Oh, it's down at the bar. Oh, don't call us redskins. That hurts our feelings. But we'll call you blackskins or black meat. No, thank you. But that's the funny thing, the spell everyone's under. Everyone thinks we're told that you can't say the N-word because it's so offensive, so hateful. And people assume that you're a racist if you use that word. Unless you are in fact a black person. Then you can use it every day of the week. Use it to call your friends. Where's my nigga? And people go, oh, no, it's a different word. It has it's a silent R. It's like, no, it's not. That's just a southern Boston, and anywhere outside of Minnesota, people don't pronounce their R's like we do. Car. They're using it. It's not hateful when a black person uses it. So, black people aren't getting on TV going, please, everybody else, quit saying that word. It's very hurtful to us. You've never seen a black guy get on TV and say that. But if you accidentally say it, a white person at YouTube will take down your channel. A white person at Patreon will cut you out. Oh, we do not condone that. Hate speech. Oh, I hate that speech you got. What you said. Those consonants put together in my ear. You know what Louis C.K. says about it? What's that? He goes, I hate that word at the N-word. He goes, I don't mean the actual N-word. I mean the phrase N-word. Because you make me think the N-word by saying the N-word. You're still using that, but you just kind of, a tricky way of sneaking it into somebody's brain. N-word. It's like if I called you the C word. Hey! Exactly. But I'm just talking about a boating thing. We're going seaward. Oh, right. Yeah, right. And once again, I got to come back to Indians. It's like we just won't get on board. Oh, it's the I word. Monday's Indigenous Peoples Day. Yeah, that's what I hear. Some people call it Columbus Day. Oh, that dirty Columbus. Man, there's nothing worse than those dirty I words. The Italians? Yeah. Was he Italian or Spanish? Now I don't even know. I think he was Italian. Yeah, he's Italian. Why do you think he was Spanish? Because he spoke Spanish? Maybe that was it. But Monday is going to be the big day where dumb people fight over, the C word, Columbus. Oh, that shouldn't be called Columbus Day. He committed genocide. What? Yep. He killed all the Indians off single-handedly. It's like, what? What was he, Ultron? I mean, come on. But I think the whole story is probably a 100% fiction. There probably wasn't even... Except for the fact that they have so many statues and they've named so many towns. Like Columbus, Ohio, and whatever. District of Columbia. All these places are named after Christopher Columbus. So it's... who was he really? I don't believe the story that he was, trying to prove the earth was round and accidentally stumble across indigenous people of the Caribbean, somehow eventually made it, or Haiti or somewhere. That's how dumb I am. I don't even know the details of the Columbus story. But I'm suspicious because it's one of those, like, the rulers have sanctioned, said it was okay for us to get mad at Columbus. They go, here you go. Here's your bad guy. Blame him, Columbus. Don't look at the Freemasons. They had nothing to do with anything. It's Columbus. And he just, brainwashed us with a bunch of nonsense. The Indians, it was genocide. I heard this the other day. A guy was talking. He goes, yeah, well, genocide, number one. One big difference in genocide. There has to be an intent to kill everybody. Hitler set out to, he intended to kill everybody. That's genocide. if you come over and you're trading with people and you're moving in and disease wipes out half of them and you accidentally kill off a lot of people, that's not technically genocide. And if you don't kill off everybody, that's really not genocide. We're still here, obviously. People got to hang signs in their front yard. We're still here. It's like, yeah. I thought we were the last of the Mohicans. Genocide. This ain't rock and roll. This is genocide. So no, the Native Americans, the indigenous people, were not genocided. But so we'll probably have to do another Columbus Day. I'll tell the Columbus story on Monday, and we'll get in deep. What's going on there with Columbus? And what's going on with that story that keeps evolving? When I was a kid, it was both sides. They made a big deal about Columbus discovering America. That was the story. And at the same time, they told us, oh, but he didn't discover it because there were already Indians here. My first introduction to Columbus was, don't believe this story about Columbus. In the old days, your parents were super racist. And they told the story, didn't even think of that there happened to be Indians here. It was the story I was kind of told. And then they revised it as people start going, what? Nobody's that stupid. What do you mean discovered an inhabited continent? Discovered they didn't know about it? How come the Vikings knew about it? Was it just the Italians who didn't know about the New World? Was it just England? Did China know about it? So what I actually think Columbus is about, it's a peek into the fact that our history are just a series of stories published over and over again that we have to trust are rooted somehow in some sort of historical fact. That somebody kept records that are still intact and a published word about what happened, why things happened, was never propaganda. That somehow history has been, not affected by the rulers and, Oh, God. Hey, Lou Page is here. Bonjour, Lou. What's going on? Lou says, can't wait till Monday for story time. Yep. We'll have to make sure we get some pictures so we can tell the story of Columbus and his brave voyage to conquer the New World and why we named a city in Ohio after Columbus, of all people. Why do they call it the District of Columbia? Why? What is that? Who is Columbus? Columbus sounds like a Greek god.
Yeah, it does. It's like Cerebus or whatever.
Yeah. I bet you Columbus wasn't even a human being. It's probably some sort of weird satanic ode to a Greek god. A Grecian god. Some Roman whatever. I don't even know. Brandon Marie says, I'm with you, NanaBOOZHOO. Another way of brainwashing. Yeah. We're all brainwashed, man. Always Learning says, they don't teach the facts that many immigrants didn't come here for a new beginning. Many were exiled from their own country and had no choice, especially from Scotland. Yeah. There's a lot of ways to look at those original, what they call the original white people that came here. Like I read about I didn't read a thing. I watched a 5-minute YouTube video on the Puritans. Puritans were like super strict Christian people. They didn't want their kids dancing, drinking, doing none of that. So they fled England and the Roman Catholic Church. In fact, I think they might have been exiled. And so where did they go? Amsterdam. I don't know if Amsterdam's like what it is today, but so they live in Amsterdam for a while and they're like, no, this is just as bad as England. So they were going to go to the New World, Manhattan, thinking it was just wilderness and whatever, where they could start a Puritan colony, like Amish people. It's like, okay, we're just going to follow the Bible and we're going to raise our kids to live off the land and not sin. And we're just going to pray and have no fun. And so they set sail. Ended up, this will be the Thanksgiving story too. Big storm in the middle of the voyage. And he ended up at Squanto's camp. Squanto from the movie by Walt Disney was like the Thanksgiving Indian who got kidnapped by white people and sold into slavery, snuck back to America after learning English. He was the first indigenous person to learn English and happened to come back to his little village where everybody he knew died from a disease before the Puritans got there. And the Puritans arrive barely escaping the storm, and they get to this village that's fully furnished with huts, firewood, fresh water, but all the people were gone. And so they just made camp and went, oh, wow, thank you, Creator, for bringing us to this place where there's already a town, basically. And Squanto goes, hey, how's it going? Hello, do you speak English? And they're like, what? Yeah, we speak English. How do you speak English? He goes, oh, yeah, man, I was just living with the monks. But the spooky part of the story is that the Puritans always thought God placed them there. They said it was divine providence. That they weren't even trying to show up there. But because of that big storm, they washed onto the shore where they would meet the only Indian who spoke English in the entire continent. And then that became eventually the first Thanksgiving. If there's any truth to that story, it is an amazing story. And it makes you go, wow, maybe God was there. I mean, why wouldn't he be? Papa Wagosh says, the Puritans were English Protestants in the 16th and 17th centuries who sought to purify the Church of England of Roman Catholic practices. Yeah. Probably of Roman Catholic satanic practices. And was it France that just got in a bunch of trouble?
Yep, I think it was France.
Yet another Catholic organization with hundreds, if not thousands, of child sexual abuse allegations, which your satanic pope will, sweep under the rug. What? How is that still a church? If there was one allegation of such a thing at my church, it would close up the next day. Nobody would go back. Nobody would go, well, who among us hasn't sinned? It's like, shut up. You did what to whose kid? Well, we're going to beat you up and then call the police. And this church is closed. But you go to Catholic, whatever those places are. Who's still sending their children to religious places where they might have, Didn't you learn anything from boarding schools, you guys? Quit leaving your kids with these weirdos. Zagame, Papa W, it didn't work. Yeah, I think they lost that battle. But I'd like to re-examine the Puritans. They get kind of summed up real quick and then forgotten about in our history. Who were those guys? With those sharp hats, with a buckle on the hat. How come that didn't take off? Everyone said, no, let's keep it on the belt, but we're not going to keep it on the buckle anymore, on the hats anymore. Like, I'm starting to have new respect for Amish people.
Really?
Yeah, man, those guys don't kid around. They were like, look, we'll use this much technology. I need a hammer and a nail and whatever. I don't want to get involved in your car and your rat race. No, we're not taking your stupid vaccinations. And those guys they're walking the walk. I don't think I could live like them, but they got a set of religious beliefs that they live by. And I think it works for them. So, to my Amish brothers and sisters who have sworn off the internet and would never go on YouTube, thank you for watching the show. Please donate your, I don't know, do they use money?
I think they barter in apples and pies.
You can send your pies to a P.O. Box. No. Thallium's back. BOOZHOO, Thallium. Thallium's here, sweetie.
Hey, BOOZHOO!
Thallium says Snoopy looked good in a pilgrim hat. Yeah, remember that? Snoopy and Charlie Brown. Yeah, Snoopy rocked that pilgrim hat. Yeah. I don't know. It's just so easy. I'm bailing on that chorus of hate of Columbus, Thanksgiving. I'm just tired of it. I don't want to be part of the constant, did you know that they dogged us Indians? Yeah, whatever. Sioux people never bring up how the Ojibways relocated them, killed them, went to war with them, But we're taught in our schools to just hate on a certain sect, a certain race of people from a certain group, and it was so tricky. They made it look like they were standing up, undoing racism. But little by little, they taught us to hate Columbus, to hate the Puritans, to hate Thanksgiving, to hate Abraham Lincoln. He wasn't really against slavery. Okay. Does anybody get a pat on the back and a big thank you for ending slavery? Are we just going to constantly remember how, there was a time, Oh, you're going to use that $20 bill? Did you know Andrew Jackson was an Indian killer? I hope you enjoy your, celebrating an Indian killer with your $20 bill. It's like, wow. What am I just supposed to use, fives? Use a 50. Benjamin Franklin. He discovered electricity. No, he didn't. That's a lie, too.
Who are you talking to?
Myself. How's it going, everybody? Don't mind me. I'm having an argument with a non-person. Okay. And Shelly Ham's here. Bonjour, Shelly. Shelly's here, sweetie.
Hey, Shelly. What's up, Ms. Ham?
Ms. Ham. Shelly says, Amish are hard workers. People nowadays don't put in a day's work like they used to. Yeah, I know I don't. I'm amazed by Amish people. Get up early, go do their chores, just work and work and work. You've never seen a Amish family with a lawn that needs to be mowed. I'm always doing just the minimum of what I can get away with. In the last 2 years, I've developed a habit of taking full REM 2-hour-long afternoon naps every day, you guys.
You're like an old man.
I'm like a baby.
Yeah, you're like a baby. You do so many naps.
I eat lunch and then I cuddle up with Bagheera and I'm fast asleep. What is that? I can't get anything done if I sleep in the middle of the day. Because then you wake up and it's another 2 hours of doing the morning routine all over again. But Amish people, they get up and they work all day long. They're carrying their water in. It's basically What would you call that? When you play act something? What is that like on Westworld?
Yeah, there's a term for that.
You know, it's live, it's role playing. Live role action playing, whatever. Role playing, you know, Little House on the Prairie. You know, you ever wonder, oh, what would it be like to live back then? Well, ask an Amish person. Well, I can't imagine they're any less happy than everybody who's addicted to their phones, going to MMA fights, getting drunk, watching porn, trying to buy their way into, not being so afraid, buying their way to mortality.
Yeah.
Thallium says, chemistry table talkers call the Amish 95ers since the 95th element is known as Interesting. Thallium's pulling out some chemistry slang.
That's cool.
Always Learning says, in Wisconsin, we once saw an Amish family planting corn. They had a horse and a plow with two boys no older than 7 sitting on it. Yeah. A 7-year-old Amish boy is like a grown man compared to, millennials in the city. No older than 7 sitting in the back of the plow. They each had a huge burlap bag full of about 6-inch corn sprouts. They were literally planting these by hand as they were horse pulling them through the field. Very cool to witness. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think those boys are going to grow up just fine. Brian Souls, the Soul Man's here. Soul Man's here, sweetie.
He's got what he's got the hard way. Hey, Brian.
How you doing, EG? Brian says, yes, Missy. Work schedule changed. What, is Missy here? You okay, Brian? Hey, Missy. Cousin Missy here is too.
BOOZHOO, Missy.
How you doing? Missy says, because they came in and ruined the way of life. Sioux and other tribes were here. It's the way it was. Yeah. I think she's talking about the Ojibways. Like I heard this guy. I mean, I don't know what's happened to me. I've become so conservative. I used to be so liberal, you guys. I used to be just a hippie. But everything makes sense now when I hear conservatives talk. So they're talking about reparations. They go, hey, man, you're on Indian land. It's like, what? No, we're not. You should give the land back to the Indians. It's like, how? And which Indians? And we're all just the descendants of the people who at different times throughout history would have called this territory theirs. Ojibways were the last ones to be living in Minnesota when they came up with treaties and that. But not even a generation earlier, this would have all been Sioux land. Before that, it was probably Apache land or who knows. How did the Blackfeet get pushed way out there? Nobody knows. We didn't have the same concept of land ownership. There was territories, kind of. If you believe your history books, apparently we never had a map. All we had were pictographic scrolls used in ceremony. But we never had a map, you guys. That's what history tells us. Oh, Ojibways were so stupid. We didn't have a written language and never came up with a map of anything. Just wandered in the wilderness. What's the real story? I don't know. But it's a ridiculous idea to say, okay, how much money do we owe the descendants of the indigenous people who signed these treaties with us and agreed to having certain territories to themselves as we migrated in, or whatever you want to call it. It's not really a migration if there was no government to say, okay, come on in. What's your name? You know, it's just people moving in. I don't know. But I'm just starting to smell that they're trying to get us all worked up. That's serving some bigger agenda to make sure they constantly remind people of color of the injustices of the past, to suggest that people who weren't descendants of slaves or Native Americans are somehow having an easier time of it. Oh yeah, did you know cops don't even arrest white people? Yeah. Murder is legal. It's like, why would you say that? It's like, aren't you mad? Come on, get mad. Why don't you commit some crimes? Yeah. That's what they want. Oh, Ernie says, wait. Wally Bear says, I once got taken in by an Amish family when my car broke down. Spent a week with them. Up at dawn, work all day at dusk, head in for the night, wash up at the river. No kidding. Wally Bear was like Harrison Ford in that movie.
Witness?
Yeah. Don't know much about his story. Don't know much about Amish culture. Gonna hit on this Amish chick and romance her with some rock music. And he gets in trouble. Hey, that's not our way. We don't like music. Harrison Ford song. What is this? What is this, that town from, what's that movie? Not Flashdance.
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, Footloose. What am I, did I accidentally come into the Footloose town? You guys outlawed music? Like, no, we're Amish. That's the devil's music. We just work. Our favorite sound is the sound of a saw. Saw on a board. That's the closest thing to music we have. Or, I guess, hymns. Can Amish people sing hymns?
I bet you they can sing hymns.
There will be peace in a valley for me, Amish people. Yeah, I think in the next couple of years, we're going to see people come around to Amish people. That's going to be the new trend. Guys will be wearing beards, no mustache. And women are going to start wearing those floor-length skirts, which I wish you would wear more often.
I'm wearing a skirt right now.
Yeah, but I can see your calves. That's shameful. That's sinful.
You don't like my calves?
No, I do. That's the problem. It's my lust.
Don't say that. We're a kid show.
Oh, right. Sorry. But I like those, Indian women are all about those kind of skirts too. The ankle length skirt on a woman, that's a good look.
I like it too.
We should go back to the Amish look, you guys. Skirts on women. Just for my own sexist male enjoyment. The aesthetics. I don't like yoga pants. I like skirts. 1 in 100 women look great in yoga pants. The rest of yous, put on a skirt, will you? Leave something for our imagination. Trust me, we're going to be much kinder in our imagination than we will looking at your disgusting butt in a yoga pants.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Do you have any yoga pants?
Nope.
See, that's my girl. She's half Amish. And the other group I think we're gonna start sympathizing with are the what's that religion of the terrorists?
Islam?
Yeah, Islam.
They're not terrorists.
Whatever. I think Islam, people are gonna start going, okay, what are they talking about? How come they're wrapping up their women in burqas? That seems sexist. And you find out, nah, they don't. They're trying to keep the perverts from looking at their women. Their thinking is to protect from your disgusting eyes. That's their religious belief, just like the Amish. They're just being Puritans, They don't make dirty jokes. A lot of those book burnings and stuff you hear about,
Yeah.
especially in the Middle East, they're burning porn. They don't like porn. That's why they're a lot tougher and meaner and crabbier than Americans. Americans are all like lulled into this stupor from their Pornhub. Ooh. Hello, children. I might as well talk like this, frankly.
Why?
Because of what's going on in kindergartens and public schools. I mean, if they're going to be teaching transgenderism and choosing your own identities, gender identities in public school, why can't I talk filthy on this Sesame Street spinoff? Hello, children. Today's Ojibwe word of the day. Today's Sesame Street spinoff is brought to you by... I don't know. Yeah. We got anybody calling in?
We got one person on the line.
On line 2?
Yeah, you want to take the call?
Yeah, sure. Caller, welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air.
You know, Nanaboozhoo, you got a lot of opinions. And, you know, just like opinions are like butts. They're just, everybody has one and they all stink.
Hello, Vincent Van Gogh.
Hello, Nanaboozhoo. Hello, right back at you.
What do you want?
I just want to call in and teach you a Ojibwe word of the day. What? You got a problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem with that. But can we make fun of one of your paintings first?
What do you mean? I'm a genius. You can't make fun of my paintings. You wish you could paint like me.
Even like this?
That's Starry Night. I'm a genius. Everybody loves my paintings. I'm one of the most famous painters in the world.
Yeah, I know, but come on. You know, this is the problem I'm seeing.
What are you talking about? You're not so great.
I know. I'm not saying I could do any better, which I could. But everyone's been taught that this is somehow a great work of art. And you, sir, are no artist.
I'm a genius. Don't say that. I'll kill myself.
Yeah, see, you already did that.
I know.
Anyway, so, ladies and gentlemen, Vincent Van Gogh, world famous historical painter who did this, Starry Night. And you've probably believed that you might even own this painting. It's because you're brainwashed, man.
They're not brainwashed. It's no good art when they see it. It's a beautiful painting.
This is a painting of a madman. It looks like a painting of a child. Did you even use a brush on this painting?
I just used my fingers.
You just used your fingers.
Yeah, I used my fingers. I got all drunk. I cut my ear off and then I painted that with my fingers, man. And look, there's a little church right in the middle. It's a church. Don't you know that's symbolic?
Is it?
No, I didn't.
And what's this green thing? Is that a plant?
It was going to be a campfire, but then I screwed up. I painted yellow on that, and it turned green because of the blue behind it, so I had to go with it.
Yeah, see, it's stupid. There's some sort of agenda. Like, I think you were probably the Hunter Biden of your day.
Hunter Biden, the famous painter?
Yeah, you know, the president's son?
Yeah, man, he's a genius.
He's not a genius.
Yeah, he is. He's great. I love Hunter Biden. Hey, sweetie.
Yeah?
We got Hunter Biden on the phone.
Oh, really? He just called in? Look, Van Gogh, I'm going to let you go. I want to talk to Hunter Biden.
No, man, I want to teach you the Ojibwe word of the day.
All right. Today's Ojibwe word of the day. It's Friday. It means the 5th day. That's Nanogeesha good.
Nanogeesha good. 5th day or Friday.
Yeah. You happy?
No, I'm never happy. I'm going to kill myself.
Don't kill yourself again.
I'm going to do it, man.
Okay, go ahead. I got to go.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Nanaboozhoo. You suck.
Okay. Giga Waba Min, Minawa, Niji.
Yeah, Giga Waba whatever. Click.
Click?
Well, I wanted to hang up, but I can't. I just have this cell phone.
Oh. All right. Well, I got to go, Nij.
All right, see you later.
Yeah, see ya. Anyway, Hunter's on the line?
Yeah, he's on line 2.
All right. Hunter Biden, welcome back to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air.
Hey, man. Were you just talking to Vincent Van Gogh?
Yeah, I was talking to that hack.
He's not a hack, he's a genius, man. He's like me. He's a painter. I'm thinking about cutting my ear off. What do you think, NANABOOZHOO?
Don't cut your ear off.
No, man, my hero, he cut his ear off, so I'm going to cut my ear. All the great painters, they cut their ear off. You know, Paul Stanley, he's only got one ear, too.
Yeah, that's right. How did you know that?
Because I'm a Paul Stanley fan, man. I've been listening to Kiss since the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, man. I remember Kiss back in the good old days. They'd rock and roll night party every day.
Yeah, that's the thing. But he didn't cut off his ear. He was just born with microcroatia or something. He was just had a deformity, and so he had one working ear and one sort of closed up ear.
Yeah, but he's a painter too. I think if you cut off your ear, you can become a famous painter. And I want to be a famous painter. You want to see my paintings?
Yeah, I've seen your paintings. They're ridiculous.
No, man, it's good. You want to show my paintings?
No, I'm not going to show your paintings. It's absurd. And anyway, haven't you been arrested yet or something?
No, man, I'm free. I'm scot-free. I'm doing art show exhibits and, smoking crack in hotel rooms, going to strip clubs, sleeping with prostitutes, and then raising my family. And I'm trying to be a good husband to my dead brother's wife.
Oh, yeah, your sister-in-law / wife?
That's right.
Why did you marry your brother's wife?
Brother's dead, man. What's it going to do? Going to let her just get away? I was like, no, sweetie, would you come over here?
It's just so weird. I don't understand your family at all.
It's not as bad as my daddy.
What'd your daddy do?
You haven't seen the videos? At least I don't sniff little kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we hope it's just sniffing that he does. He also swims naked in the pool, doesn't he?
Oh, man, it's so embarrassing. I got there one day. There's my dad's ding-a-ling, and he's surrounded by the CIA, the media. He's got staff there. He's got some interns, and he's buck naked.
Yeah, that must be embarrassing. It doesn't take me long. When I start thinking about you, I always kind of come back around to feeling sorry for you.
What do you mean, man? I'm a millionaire. You shouldn't feel sorry for me. Look at these teeth. I got perfectly straight teeth, man.
Yeah, like even your teeth, like your dad's, are fake. Is that lady your dad's married to now your mom?
No, man. My mom's dead.
No, she's not dead. She's just divorced, right?
Oh, yeah. I think they're just divorced.
So what, Jill Biden? Jill Biden's not your mom?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But when I think about your life, I think you must have had some trauma having Joe Biden as your dad. And then, Joe Biden does so many horrible things. But then you get stuck having to accept so much help from him that you got to pretend that you respect and love your dad when secretly you probably hate his guts. And he probably ruined you as a human being.
Man, I never wanted to say that out loud, but that's exactly how I feel. That's why I do drugs. I do drugs because my daddy screwed up my brain so badly when I was a little boy. You don't even want to know the things I've seen.
Yeah, probably not. So what can I do for you today?
I want to teach Jibway a word of the day, man.
Well, you want to teach, we got that song. Andi Eya, where is? Andi Eya Hunter, Andi Eya Hunter.
Oh my beanie, here I am. Oh my beanie.
That's good. Oh my beanie. And then we also had Anin Eji Eyayan. How are you?
Anin Eji Eyayan. Ni me no eya mi gwetch. I'm good. Thank you. I'm real good. Here, hang on a sec.
I'm real good.
No, I was kidding. Oh, wow. Now my eyes are burning.
You smoking crack again?
No, man. I learned the Ojibwe phrase of the day. Ojibwe phrase of the day. Ojibwe phrase of the day.
I think you just smoked some crack.
Hunter, don't smoke crack. It's bad for you.
Yeah, Hunter, you really need some help.
Man, no one cares about me. My own dad don't care about me.
Okay, I gotta go.
All right. Hey. How do you say I will see you again in Ojibwe?
We say, Gigawabamin, Minowa.
What?
Gigawabamin, Minowa.
Gigawabamin Minowa. Gigawabamin Minowa, Nanaboozhoo.
Yeah, you too, Hunter.
Gigawabamin Minowa, Natasha. Yep, Gigawabamin Minowa, Hunter. All right.
Okay. Hunter Biden, sweetie.
Yeah. He bums me out.
I know. I start out thinking I'm going to make fun of him. And then I get halfway into the bit and I realize, you know what? I actually feel sorry for him. In spite of everything. Hunter Biden is a more successful artist than I will ever be, at least financially. And for people knowing his work, Hunter Biden has traveled the world, has had every opportunity. Hunter Biden probably owns a number of cars. He's probably got a sweet router that never goes out.
He's got those laptops he keeps on screwing up.
Yeah. Who brings a laptop in to get fixed? I've never done that. I just buy a new one. Because I keep the same computer for 10 years. And I go, hey, how come this thing's so slow? I was like, well, we don't make Apple IIs anymore in this store. Like, what? But, yeah, I end up feeling sorry for Hunter. Sweetie, do you want to get up here and, I don't know, pity our betters?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Let me play a song. Oh, this is a good song here. I think this is the one that has Auntie Helen. I mean, technically Helen's my cousin, I guess. On a res,
What am I...
people of that generation has become aunties. But this is
What am I doing?
small town.
What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Let me just go up to... Oh, that's not going to work, is it? All right. This is for anybody from a small town. And up next, Natasha. That's Bina. It's the Bina bar. I was born in a small town.
And that's Michael.
And I live in a small town. I'll probably die in a small town or a small community. All my friends are so small town. My parents live in the same small town. My job is so small town, provides little opportunity. Educated in a small town, taught to fear Jesus in a small town. I used to daydream in this small town, another bored romantic, that's me. Well, I've seen it all in a small town, had myself a ball in a small town. I met an LA darling, I brought her to this small town. Now she's small town just like me. No, I cannot forget where it is I come from. I cannot forget those who love me. I can be myself here in the small town, and people let me be just what I want to be. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nothing against the big town. Still hayseed enough to say, look who's in the big town. Well, my bed's in a small town, and that's good enough for me. Well, I was born in a small town, and I can breathe in a small town. I'll probably die in a small town. That's probably where they'll bury me.
There she is. Oh, just cute. No, she says. She looks like she should be on The Sopranos. Hi, Helen. I was born in a small town, and I live in a small town. You know it. I'm gonna die in a small town or a small community. Well, I've seen it all in a small town. Have you seen it all in a small town? When I was growing up in a small town, you never see TV shows that take place in a small town. You know, you start to think that the experience you're having is like a second-class, cheap version of what real life was like. Like you'd watch TV shows, like The Breakfast Club. I remember watching The Breakfast Club and going, man, this guy's got a beautiful library. How big is that school? They got a statue in the middle of the library that you can dance on? I couldn't believe what a great school they had. They could run around for blocks. You know. Those kids in that movie were from a much richer town. Their school, you know. Like my school, we didn't even have a prom. We weren't big enough to have a proper prom. We would have school dances. A lot of time. But it'd just be somebody bringing in a record player. And, you know, the cheerleaders would decorate the gym. And that'd be our school dance. You know, I remember thinking people in cities, I was afraid of cities. Because also, if the only thing you know about big cities is what you see on TV, you just assume the first time you get out of your car in Minneapolis, someone's going to run up and stab you. Some cop's going to put you on the ground and put his knee on your neck. You know, I was scared of cities. I remember thinking, I sure hope I don't end up in a city. Every time I had to go to Minneapolis, I'd be like, oh, here we go. I hope we get out alive. You know, I was afraid of the city. I remember the first time I met somebody who was from New York. And they were freaked out by the woods. They're like, we were driving around. She goes, what do you do if you have to go to the bathroom? It's like, we get out of the car and you go to the bathroom. You know, if you're worried about someone seeing you, go into the woods. And I go, well, what about bears? It's like, what about bears? Oh, what if we get eaten by a bear? Like, what? First of all, the bears are much more scared of you than you are of them. But then I was also thinking, you're from New York City. Aren't you afraid of people more than bears? Because no way. At least with a person, I know what to expect. But they were more afraid of bears than they were of people. They're like, I'm just the opposite. I'm not scared of a bear. Oh, big deal. Oh no, there's a bear walking away. You know, you'd be lucky if you catch a bear walking away. But I grew up in a small town, you know. You knew everybody, and everybody knew you. I see it all in a small town. Have myself a ball in a small town. I met an LA darling, brought her to this small town. So small town people can move to the big town, and they can kind of learn how to live. You figure out how to get a post office box, and eventually, you know, you learn your neighborhood. Then you learn how to get to the mall. And then, you know, driving's always terrifying, but you can assimilate into city culture if you have to. For a big town person to come to a small town, it also takes some assimilation. You know, you gotta slow down when you drive. You're used to being all aggressive, but here you gotta be slow. You're gonna see a lot of elders driving, and they think the speed limit's like a suggestion. They go, speed limit's 55. Well, I'm well under 55. I'm really obeying the law. It's like, no, you're causing a traffic accident. But also, maybe it's different now since we have cell phones. But when you're a small town person, if you live out in the country, you have to be nice to everybody. They call it Minnesota nice. And what it is you never know if you're going to need somebody's help. Up here, if you go in the winter, lots of times you might just drive off the road. And in my experience, you never wait more than 5 minutes before somebody stops and goes, hey, can I help you get out of the ditch? I have a chain in my trunk. I'll try to pull you out with my car, you know. Or you might, especially in the old days, if you're from a poor small town, which is every small town, you might have a junker car. And your car might break down. You might need someone to stop and give you a jump. And they go, oh, no problem. I got some jumper cables in my trunk. You know, Minnesota people in the good old days, they just carry around like a whole garage in their trunk. Well, let me grab my tools. It's in the back of my truck. You know, I can work on your car right here on the side of the road. But you couldn't risk alienating the people in your town. They're going to know what's up. So, if, you know, let's say you're Joe Biden and you move to LaPorte and the locals find out you like to smell young girls' hair and pull them up on your lap and nuzzle them like a pervert. Well, they're not going to be inclined to help you when you drive off the road. And these are well-armed rednecks who are just itching for a reason to murder because they've got the whole scheme planned out. How many long fishing trips have these rednecks contemplated? If I had to kill someone and hide the body, this is how I would do it. That's a conversation every Minnesotan has had at some point. And everyone says the same thing. Well, you just get some cement blocks, and if it's a winter, you take them out to the ice house. Bloop. You can kill them that way too. Or get some cement blocks and just drop it in the lake. No one's going to find out. Oh, I'd go out to the marsh. Oh, really? I'm building a fence. I'd dig a big hole under the, you know. These are the grim stories that, you know, fishermen have. So, Joe Biden, don't move to the small town. It's dangerous. It's almost as dangerous as living in Washington. Nah. Anywho, I think we're out of time. I look at my wrist like I have a watch. I don't even have one. Oh, there's the sun. Well, let's see. It's, what is it, October 8th? So this time of year, the sun should be, looks like it's probably, 9:04. I better get back. Bloop.
Okay, BOOZHOO.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, honey. Did you run out of time?
I did.
Do you want me to scan for your coordinates and teleport you home?
Would you mind?
Not one bit. All right, sweetie, you hang on. I'm going to scan for your coordinates. I'm locking on, or whatever, on your coordinates. Okay, 1 to teleport. Don't move.
Okay, energize.
Hey, baby doll.
Hi.
How is it outside?
Pretty nice. You know, it's probably in the 60s by now.
It's going to be warm today, huh?
I think so.
All right, do you want to sign out?
Yeah, I think so. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Really do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And, Michael, do you want to add anything?
No, just tell him I said thanks.
Michael says, thank you for watching. Miigwech gonna wabi egg. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. A podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha. Over here, the star of the show, NANABOOZHOO.
Okay, miigwech.
And over here, Michael Lyons.
Thank you so much.
And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minowa. Hawa. All right, sweetie, one more time.
One to teleport.
Energize! Energize!
Now it's not working again.
Wiggle the thing.
I'm wiggling the wire and I'm pushing at the same time. Oh, here it goes.